Hey everybody, it's time for Trash Talk. Hey Brandon, how you doing?
I'm here.
You're here. Just we're both just whining around the trash dumps.
That's just what life is all about.
It doesn't get any better than this.
No.
The smell of ah, you know, that's the nice thing about being around a trash dump is every time you inhale, you get a different odor.
Yeah, you can taste it sometimes.
Yes.
It's delicious.
But the good thing is when you leave a trash dump, you're really not hungry for any food.
No, it's a perfect diet.
Right.
Especially around holidays. You want to keep off that weight, tighten things up, get those muscles.
Yeah. And especially well not this isn't included. No, Patriot Sandwich Company, that's a whole different genre. Hey,
yes,
we just want to share with you as we do almost every week, to tell you about our good friend David Jordan and his staff over at Patriot Sandwich Company in Denton, Texas. Great people. They do great work with our veterans because a portion of every purchase that you make goes to help a veteran deal with their needs. We applaud David for setting up We Got Your Six, his nonprofit, and get over to Patriot Sandwich Company. This is a great time of the year with all the ball games that are coming up. Check out his specials because he has specials. He's got a happy hour. He's got all kinds of great things going on. Go online, take a look at some of the sandwiches. They are absolutely incredible. And he is an incredible guy, and we like him an awful lot.
Yeah, David's a good guy. Yeah, he's great. We got to play catch up a couple days ago. The round robin game. Hey, what's going on?
Right,
What do you do?
right.
Okay, boom. And it's good. He's I had to give him a little, I'm going to call him out a little bit. I had to give him a little social media lesson, But David's good, man. He's hustling over there. So
he's a great guy. Recently got a really great write-up in the papers.
Yes, he did. That was great.
So
we didn't get a write-up in papers.
we're working on it and all, because I know we got people that follow this show.
Yeah, we do. And what's funny is a while ago, and I don't know when a while ago was, but I did a thing on Twitter about this show. And it was just because I always put little clips or I promote it on Twitter. And I said, hey, I would like to know how many people that are following have watched or listened to this show ever. Like, it doesn't mean that particular episode, but that show in general. And I'll tell you what, and then I said, where are you from? Like, I don't need your home address. I'm not trying to stalk you, but where are you from, And we got people obviously in Texas, but not just our area. We've got Houston, we've got Austin, we've got people in Oklahoma, we've got people in Michigan, obviously, we've got people in Florida, we've got people, but here's where it gets interesting. We've got people in Georgia. I don't know. We got people, now I know who these two are, maybe more. We got people in Ireland. So we have really got some interesting things that have popped up. And I know some of it is friends, family, associates, sponsors. But when you start talking like Georgia and you start talking like Oklahoma, I don't know anybody out there.
Well, yeah, there's probably some very lonely people out there across the country that got nothing better to do on a Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. They pour the coffee and, there's nothing good on TV. So, hey, let me go check a podcast. And here's these two guys just talking trash every Tuesday morning.
Well, podcasts and shows like this and things over the last 2 years have gone up dramatically. And the demographics for podcasts are interesting too. And I'm not going to quote the numbers because I don't remember, but I do remember that it used to be like 57% men would listen to podcasts. That number's dropped a little. The women number has risen. Maybe not on our show, but But
Yeah.
so it's
No.
interesting to look at. It's interesting to look at the stats and what people do and where they come from.
Yeah. Well, there's probably a lot of ladies all around the country that just say to their husband, just leave me alone. Just go watch trash talk.
Probably. That's probably true.
Leave me alone.
Well, and based on going out in public to different businesses, we know the quality of work has gone down. So they're probably all on social media hanging out anyway while they're supposed to be working.
Right.
At least I know my staff is doing that. So,
They're going back and forth between us and LinkedIn and Indeed looking for work.
Yeah, they're looking, well, or they're at their job watching trash talk, looking for a new job.
Yeah. I got a request from one of our listeners, wanted to know if we could give them a reference.
Who are you people?
No, actually, because he was applying at a waste management company.
That makes sense. That's so logical.
And he thought I could maybe get a job at this waste management company because I'll get an endorsement from these guys at Trash Talk.
That makes sense. Yeah, hey, these guys know trash.
But no, I happen to know that there is at least one follower of our show that's a PhD. And I'm not sure if he watches us because he really enjoys the show or he's doing research on us.
Probably studying us. He probably thinks I'm psychotic. He's probably right.
Yes. Here's where life can drive you.
Yeah. Maybe we are his daily reminder of why he got his PhD.
Yeah. And also we keep telling other people that, these podcasts, you keep saying anybody can do a podcast. It's probably true. I mean, if we can do it, anybody can.
Look, anybody can do it. But if anybody thinks it's easy, they're fooling themselves. It's constant work. I mean, I can tell you that right now. It's constant work. Yeah.
And there's lots of different avenues out there. I mean, you are on all kinds of different podcasts. You've got a few, go ahead, give yourself a plug. Life of an Average Joe.
Yeah.
And all you got, the Man Cave.
Yeah, I do. And we do This Dude and That Dude with David Harvey on stereo. I still do Riffer stuff, not so much anymore, but things have changed with that. I'm on Soundwave. You're on Soundwave.
I'm on Soundwave. I love Soundwave. That's
Soundwave
a lot of fun.
Is a great, and I'm going to plug them. I'm going to plug it. I don't care. Soundwave is a great app because it's social audio. It's not necessarily podcasting at all, as much as it's social audio and connections, which honestly is really cool because now inadvertently I've had people from Soundwave jump over and watch this and then listen to the Life of an Average Joe podcast. But I don't really talk about the podcast stuff on there as much as I just talk to people. It's connections.
And the nice thing is that
it's really great. It's
like 30 seconds to 60 seconds too. And what's really fascinating is you meet people from all over the world. There is something Eagle from the Netherlands.
It's her birthday today too. Happy birthday.
Oh, it is? All right. We'll have to reach out to her. There's some folks that are in Ireland, a few of them from Ireland and from England and from other places. And there's what's nice is it's categorized. If you want to just make a little 60-second blurb and send it out randomly, you can. But there is also I don't know why Teresa does meditation. I'm telling you, in 60 seconds, she can just relax you. And I've been following her on a regular basis. So shout out to her on Soundwave. She's a great guy. Fridorio is one of my favorite guys to follow. It's nice. And also it's all audio, no visual. That's the nice part about it. So you can just sit in your back in your easy chair, put your phone up to your face and everything and answer somebody else's little post and follow them. It's fun.
And that's what's been great about technology and the podcasting umbrella, because it's all under there and the audio is like I've learned a lot of things from that app. Look, I didn't know what was going on in the Netherlands because I'm not there.
Yeah.
And our news doesn't cover anything. So not only learning, but like you do have that connection, and and now I'm listening to other podcasts via Soundwave because some people have them and I'm checking them out. I'm actually going to be on Nick's podcast next week. So
Oh, okay.
it's great. It's great.
Yeah, he's an artist, I think.
Yeah, he's really cool. Nick's a good dude. We go off the deep end when we nerd out about stuff quite a bit, with Marvel and superheroes and comic books. But from what he does on a drawing and painting, and yeah, it's been really fun. And again, you want to support those people because it's hard out there, and that's their passion. So you want to support them, and I think that's what's been cool, because again, those are some audience. Those are people that come over, and now they watch Trash Talk. Now they listen to the Life Average Joe. It's amazing how it spreads across the country and the world, except for North Korea and China and Afghanistan.
Yeah, and Cuba. I think
Cuba, they don't like us.
Yeah, you got banned in Cuba too.
We're like 8 countries or 9, I think we're banned in. Yeah, legitimately, true story, guys.
Yeah, and honestly, that's something that true podcasters really aspire to, because figure if you get banned in a country, that's because at least somebody was watching you.
Somebody saw it and got pissed off. Look, I have a really special. It's like if I was a superhero. I have an amazing talent to piss people off. And I'm good at getting banned. I mean, I did it. I got banned from my marriage. I got banned from here. I mean, this is great.
You sent me a text the other day and all that you had posted something on Facebook. And by the way, I'm off of Facebook for the next 48 hours. I don't know what you said, because you couldn't go back to find it.
I couldn't do it. Like that happened once before, and I appealed it, and they immediately brought me back. I made a big stink about it, and they brought me back. This time, no, Zuckerberg just said, forget it, and you're kicked off Facebook. And I'm like, well, I mean, and it was everything. I couldn't thumbs up anything. I couldn't like it. I couldn't post a picture. I couldn't do anything. Whatever. Zuckerberg's an idiot anyway.
Yeah. But the other is you say this, what did I do? What did I say?
I don't even know what I did.
I didn't say any bad words.
No.
I didn't put anybody down. All of a sudden I'm gone.
I usually don't do that on Facebook. Shockingly enough, I don't swear on Facebook. I don't post anything. It's like pictures of fun stuff, me promoting stuff, or Luke. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I post.
Maybe that's why they took you down, because you don't do any of that stuff.
Maybe they want me to start cursing. Yeah.
Right.
Other people are dropping bombs on there and being like, bashing one side of the fence, bashing Democrats, bashing Republicans. I don't do anything, and they're like, get rid of this guy. He's boring.
That's right. Yeah. We want dirty laundry.
I mean, I can go that route, But we have an interesting audience. So one thing that's interesting, and I think we've talked about this off the air, is I know that both of us like feedback. We want to hear from people, which is why Soundwave is great. Soundwave, I'm going to give a shout out to, hey, Dan, if you're listening, it's a free commercial. Okay. But because you get that reply and that connection.
Right.
We like that for our show, whether it's good, bad, or just nothing. It's hard to get that from people because a lot of people choose not to contribute because they would rather just listen. And I'm finding that out because my listenership has gone up on the average Joe, but the feedback, it's the same people that are loving it. Every now and then I'll get a weird message from somebody I've never heard of, and it's good or bad. But I think the majority of the people, there's a reason that they don't give feedback, because that's not their thing. They just want to listen. They want to be part of it. But I wish that, and I'm still trying to learn and figure it out, I want more contribution from the audience. You know what I mean? That's right. What I want to hear from everybody out there as much as possible, And
we always say that too, and we're sincere about it. Let us know what you think, good and bad. Also, let us know who you are and why maybe you'd like to be a guest on our show. We can fit another face in this screen.
Yeah.
And what, bring you into the trash dump and all. You can leave with a few bags if you want.
I'll take the day off.
Yeah, but we did that to our good friend Travis Patton.
He'll be
We
back.
reached out and we had a little contest, and he came on, and probably after the first of the year, I think we're going to have him on again for another show. But
Yeah, I think so. I think that'll be great.
I would like to send a personal challenge out,
Uh-oh.
and that is, if your name is Monica or Tiffany, I would like to invite you to text me or send us an email, send a comment or something, and say, I would like to be on Trash Talk because my name is Monica or Tiffany, and I just want to get on to ask Brandon why he doesn't like Monica's and Tiffany's.
They can do it. They're not going to like my answer.
But hey, maybe a Monica or a Tiffany will pop in and you'll say, oh wait, hey, she's pretty cool. Maybe I can revise my
she's
my
pretty
thoughts.
cool until she opens her mouth and says something. You look great. Can I put her on mute and just stare at her for a minute?
Yes. But so that's a challenge. I want not only do I want a Monica or a Tiffany, I want a brash Monica or Tiffany. I want somebody that can really go head to head with Brandon. I think that's going to be like a New Year's challenge, is to get a Monica or Tiffany on our show. I'm going to make it happen.
Make it happen. We might be canceled after that, but
well, at least in a few countries we will be. And Facebook.
I'm sure I'll be canceled. I don't know why I haven't been canceled yet, but I'm trying.
But we say in jest, but we certainly do appreciate the following that we have, and it's really great to get those comments from people, because everybody likes to be loved. Everybody likes to be complimented, and when we do something and somebody writes back and says, I laughed my butt off at you two guys, man, that's the best compliment we can get. And I mean, even every once in a while, we do have a show that's marginally educational.
Occasionally, yeah.
Yeah.
Very rarely, but yeah.
Yeah. More so, we probably get a comment from somebody that says, hey, listen, you threw out a comment on your show, and that's wrong.
Probably.
Statistic is all wrong. Well, at least
the thing is, I always said, when I started the podcast, The Life of an Average Joe, I said to myself, if one person, only listens to this and enjoys it, gets something from it, has a moment with it, then my job is done. I'm done. Yeah. And I still believe that. Now, thank God, and that it's not just one person, but I still believe that. I don't care. Like if all of a sudden my listenership cuts all the way down to one person, then okay. Then guess what I'm doing the podcast for? One person.
What if her name is Monica?
Well, I don't hear from her, so I don't care. Monica, you can listen. Just don't comment.
But she's your only listener.
Might be my ex. I always wonder, because every now and then, you can track stuff, and every now and then, especially with that new software, you can do a lot with it, but you can see like where they're coming from. And then I see it's coming from like Michigan, and I'm like, someone new. Do I know them? Is it you? I did have an ex-girlfriend listen to my podcast a few times, actually, but we're on good terms, so it's okay. But it was interesting. She appeared in one of the stories, and she messaged me on Anchor, and I was like, oh, you heard it? Okay, good. Right.
Well, and every once in a while, I see something pops up, and it says there's somebody that's watching us from Montana, and I think, how did they find us? Where they just Googling around looking for a podcast.
That's it.
Yeah.
And if we were talking about something, like if there was a topic like news, which is rare, I guess,
right?
Depending on all the hashtags and what keywords we use, we could have came up in all kinds of. He could have been looking up Texas and places to live, and found Frisco, and we could have been connected. I mean, it's like this weird rabbit hole,
Yeah. And then he saw these two guys sitting in a trash dump talking about all kinds of nonsense and everything. And he says, I think I'll cross Texas off my list.
He might have found us on the dark web.
That's right.
Who knows, man?
Well, however you find us every Tuesday morning at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Right here. So, we'll get out of here for now, but we'll be right back here next week. We're approaching the holidays, and also, we got some fun stuff to talk about. So go out and make it a good one and come back and catch us up with next week. Okay. Yeah. See you. Bye.
Whatever. See ya.